It's a new week of trade this Monday morning, and we take stock of how markets performed through last week as well as on Friday, as well as how Asian markets have opened early this Monday morning. The Dow and the S&P 500 rose for a third straight day on Friday to end quite a wild week of trading. The Dow gained around 0.1% on Friday, posting a weekly gain of just below 0.2% for the Dow after 3 consecutive weeks in the red. S&P 500 was up around 15 basis points on Friday, with energy being the top gainer for the index, and has posted a weekly gain of just above 0.5% after 2 consecutive weeks of losses for the S&P 500. The Nasdaq closed absolutely flat on Friday, though, was down around 3 basis points and has ended the week up around 2 basis points. It's been an absolutely flat September for the Nasdaq after a 4% gain through August. Moving on to Europe. European stocks closed lower ahead of the German election, the Evergrande crisis, as well as the central bank commentary which came in from both the Central Bank of England as well as the Federal Reserve in the United States. The DAX was down around 0.75% on Friday and has broken a 3-week loss streak though, and was up around 0.25% through the week last week. The FTSE 100 too closed around 38 basis points lower and breaking a 3-week losing streak again, is up around 1.25% through last week. The CAC 40 was around 1% lower in trade on Friday and has ended up over 1% in trade through the week after 2 consecutive weeks in the losses. The Stocks 500 index was down around 0.9% in trade on Friday. Moving on to how Asian markets performed, the Nikkei was up 2% as investors sought clarity on the Evergrande situation. The Nikkei was up just above 2% on Friday, as I said. The Shanghai though was down around 0.4% on Friday. The Hang Seng was down 1 1/3% on Friday, and the ASX 200 was down broadly around 1/3% on Friday, with the Kospi 2 down around 7 basis points on Friday. So all indices lower. The Nikkei though continues its uptrend this early Monday morning, is up around 8 basis points on Monday. The ASX 200 also gained, is up around 2/3% on Monday. The Kospi has also gained around 1/10% on Monday. Now moving on to the SGX Futures, which is what is critical to Indian markets. The SGX Futures closed around 40 basis points higher, 0.2% higher on Friday, and has continued that uptrend, is around 16 basis points higher this early Monday morning. The LMEX, the London Metal Index, rose around 70 basis points and has gained almost 1% through last week. Oil early on Monday has hit almost a 3-year high, is at around $75 a barrel. Brent is at around $79 a barrel, and gold prices inched higher just above the $1,750 an ounce mark. The LMEX copper closed around 2/3% higher on Friday. The LMEX aluminium closed over 1% lower on Friday, and the DCE iron ore was up around 3 1/3% on Friday. Moving on to currency, the dollar index gained around 0.25% in trade on Friday and is up around 14 basis points through the week last week. The dollar index is up around lower around 7 basis points in early trade today. The 10-year US Treasury yields, which have been rising consistently, is at around 1.45% now as we speak, and Bitcoin is at nearly the $44,000 mark. That's a quick wrap on how the week has started off. Thank you for watching.